Now live back to Venezuela, once again to the review meeting that President Nicolás Maduro is holding with the hydrocarbon industry. Let's listen.
Generación en generación. Son 147 años, como lo decía nuestra vicepresidenta ministra.
The generation, it's been 150 years, as Mr. Vice President was saying, and they started in Táchira, and then we went to Zulia, and then to the Orinoco. So, Mr. President, of course, the numbers have been growing, and they're maintained this 2025, and they are being maintained because of the efforts of investment, of some private investors that are coming here, because of the correct activities also of every and each of the workers. We can also say, for example, that we are starting new procedures. Today we are beginning with new activities in the sector and will amount to an increase in that production. So with the initiative of the workers, of course, we are ratifying this effort. We do not depend on any license, and we defend this as Venezuelan workers to continue to produce those barrels that mean energy and that mean economic growth that we continue to witness during the last few years in the Venezuelan economy. Go, Mr. President. Correct. I am here just analyzing data, Delcy. 2 passes. Now you continue working in this 2025 plan of growing and developing. It's being achieved. We were talking about Petropiar. The data are incredible in terms of growth. And also we have growth in petroleum and gas, but also in Petroboscan, right? Edgardo. Exactly, Mr. President. With the authorities that have visited here, 1,300 million barrels, we have it as a reserve, and they add it to the important reserve that we have in the west side of the country. So we have the great challenge of continue increasing production in a sustainable manner, including the best practices that we have continued to develop during the last years. And I believe, I am completely sure that in a future, we have a very promising future, not only in terms of gas, but also in terms of petrochemicals. Go ahead. Well, as they say around, that is the right attitude. The work, the attitude, the confidence in our Venezuela. Because this is the land that the liberators gave us, those who did the revolution 200 years ago, and they consolidated that independence. And that independence was consolidated at horseback and also by foot. They came to Quito by foot, to Peru also, and founded Bolivia, the great revolution of America that was carried out by Bolivar, by Sucre, by Urdaneta. That is the correct Manuelita Sáenz and how many others. And that was done with their own arms and with their own efforts. They say that the United Army had people from everywhere, Central America, South America. They were marching in Ayacucho, and they generated these very long arms that gave them an advantage at that moment, even before the increased numbers of the opposition and also most modern arms that the Spanish army had. Because and that even that independence went throughout the entire continent. Who could say, who could wait for this? No one was waiting for that heroism of that army that crossed the frontiers to bring liberty, freedom, independence to other territories. And now we do not do it with arms. Even though if we have the armed forces and the militias, but we need economic independence now, scientific and technological independence, educational independence, and cultural. It's a new independence that we are building. And you, female workers, and you, workers, you are the protagonists. As those soldiers were then, you are the protagonists of this new independence in the 21st century. And you're showing that you are up to the challenge. That is how I feel it here in my heart. I believe it firmly. That you are a guarantee that this hydrocarbon industry, as Vice President was saying it right now, the industry is in secure hands, strong hands, because also they have the will and the conscience. As Chavez said, from the conscience comes the will, and that will strengthens that road. You have the capacity, the preparation. It's been 100 years. How can we need those licenses? A country that has decided to be free and has 100 years in producing. Who can think that? Only a damaged mind, damaged by hatred. Only they can think that they can damage us with licenses. And whatever they create, we will overcome them with work. As the liberator said, work and more work, patience and more patience, so that we can build our homeland. We have work, we have patience, and we have wisdom and conscience as well. I was talking, Minister of Hydrocarbons, teleSUR Rodriguez, all the authorities, you're talking about a harmonious growth of the 13 engines. We have 16 trimesters of growth of real economy and virtuous cycles in each sphere. And we want to create a big, unified circuit that is sustainable and generates goods, commodities, and wealth in a sustainable way. So we continue building the economical power of the country. Are we talking about economic power? Yes, we are talking about economic power. So for anyone who does not understand Spanish, economic power or power economic? It's economic power of Venezuela, of South America. But we are building it. We have the plan, we have the idea, the experience, the positive results, the peoples and the working class, and we have God's blessing as well, the most important thing that we can have, the blessing of our Creator. So we continue to develop. Comrades, as we talked yesterday for over 5 hours with the elected governors of the states, with the lawmakers that were elected for the National Assembly that will be installed, together with the revolutionary government and the armed forces, we will continue building the economic base, a harmonious economic base for our country. The engine, the hydrocarbon engine has a lot to give to Venezuela and to the world. But all the engines have to give their own part, and we are not going to depend on one single engine. The complete rupture of that neo-colonial dependence, we're closing that cycle, but we're not going to disregard this engine. On the contrary, you comrades and workers from PDVSA and from this engine, this hydrocarbon engine, you are producing oil and gas and petrochemicals. You are producing the wealth to power the development of a new economic model in the country. So we are writing a new page in history. You are the true protagonist of this new history. I am very happy that we have these mechanisms in the direction of the political and administrative processes, and we need supervision and following in real time all these events to continue to developing and moving forward. Comrade Delcy, we are now closing this participation, but you will continue working. What can you tell us, as you precisely were saying in your exam? We not only have this productive model in the production of petroleum, but also gas. Let's recall that the gas center in the country was attacked, and now it is being recovered and it is growing. That is important to recall. We have the secret plan that you asked for us to have a new cycle of growth, so that Venezuela can mark a new strategy in petroleum, in oil, in gas, and in petrochemicals. As Edgardo was saying, we have new processes in the West thanks to the recovery of gas and also the recovery of all these engines, so that we can power and give support to the other engines in the country and give in a single road with one collective goal, that is the happiness of the people, where all this wealth can go to social investment. In this year, 75% of this income is going to social investment, and we are joining the 7 transformations, the communal circuits, the communal economy that is being joined in this path of growth and development. And we continue with the Venezuelan people, with the popular power. We continue fostering the development of Venezuela for the happiness of our homeland and our sons and daughters. Precisely in this way it's going to be. Well, you continue checking and going over all the working processes that you need to produce and move forward with all the national circuits. You have all the gas that Europe needs, or the world. Also have Cardón 4 at Perla Camp. My greetings to all those workers with great technical capacity, Petro Junín, Suata Principal, Iguanazuata, Suata Norte. Also, to increase production, gas production. Petro Regional del Lago, Urdaneta Oeste. So we're moving forward. How are you, Petro Regional? How are you? Are you good? And we continue in all our mixed enterprises, in all the fields, in the hydrocarbons engine, to fuel the harmonious development of the 13 engines of Venezuela. Workers of the petroleum, all your workers, from the gas, petrochemicals, and refinery industry, maximum discipline, maximum effort, and maximum satisfaction, because you are contributing to the independence of Venezuela. I'll see you in the fields. God bless you all. Forever onward with victory.